All right, all right. What up? What up? Welcome back to the channel. I'm MoeDotJ, and this is the Mo You Know. We're gonna try to get these lives started a little bit earlier throughout the week because tonight we also have episode 3 of Shogun. So I'm gonna try to get these going around 12:30-ish, 12:30 to about 1:30, so I can take me a little break in between, grab something to eat, take me a shower, change into something a little more fitting and a little more relaxing for Shogun. But today we have about an hour ahead of us. We're going to be talking about Miami spring break and how they're trying to shut that down. And of course, we got some body cam footage because it wouldn't be a Mo You Know without some body cam footage. Now, I've been trying to piece together how I'm actually going to do this thing on Saturday. I should have the microphone, the extra camera, the cords. Uh, I don't know if we're going to do it this weekend, but I think Saturdays, the Mo You Know is going to be something similar to this, but also movie reviews. So when my dog Coop comes over here, that would be my co-host Coop. Not Coop from All American, but Coop from Germany. We'll be doing that. But today we got Miami. We're going to talk about how Miami is spending a lot of money on a lot of bullshit to try to combat these spring breakers. Now, from my recollection, Miami has a guy named DeSantis in office, and DeSantis he's one of the guys that talk about protecting the border, but instead of helping out and sending money to protect the border, look like he's doing bullshit down here. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. My name is MoeDotJ. This is the Mo You Know. Oh, man. All right. So if you haven't been paying attention, there's a lot of dumb stuff going on in Miami. Now let me see. Hold on. Where's that? They actually just dropped the commercial. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Matter of fact, give me a second. Let me pin it in the chat. I think we got 341 people over on the Mo You Know. If you can subscribe to that channel for me, we're trying to get that to 500 subscribers. And we're going to start turning that one up on a Saturday also. Told you guys, just give me a moment. Just give me a moment. Bonjour to everybody. You know, I'm working on my French. I'm having an outing on Saturday. I'm having me an outing with a woman that lives in France. So we're going to see where that goes. You know what I mean? We got to get our foreign relationships up. You know, see, I'm a dignitary. All right. So let's go ahead and jump into this. Has anyone heard about what's going on in Miami? Have you seen this goofy commercial that they have? It's some silly stuff that they got. And it's called Breaking Up with Miami or Breaking Up with Spring Break. All right, here we go. Now, the last time I went to Miami,
I went to Miami in 2019. I went to Miami in 2019. I went to a basketball game. I went down to the beach, and it wasn't like, this is no disrespect to anybody, but it wasn't like nothing but just niggas walking around. I said, man, this ain't the place I need to be. Niggas out there scrapping and stuff. So I only went down to the beach like one time, and it's a terrible beach, man. No disrespect to Miami, but it's a terrible beach. Y'all need to do something. That water dirty. All right, here we go. Miami Beach is breaking up with spring breakers. In a social media ad campaign, Miami Beach, Florida said it would be implementing new rules ahead of the popular time of year for visitors. We'll come back to this to see what they're saying. We're going to go down to this video and we're going to go back and read the article. So this is the ad that they put together in Miami.
Hey, we need to talk.
This isn't working anymore.
And it's not us. It's you. We just want different things.
Our idea of a good time is relaxing on the beach.
Hitting up the spa.
Or checking out a new restaurant.
You just want to get drunk in public and ignore laws.
Do you even remember what happened last March?
That was our breaking point. So we're breaking up with you.
And don't try to apologize and come crawling back. This isn't safe, so we're done.
And just so you know, we're serious.
This March, you can expect things like curfews, bag checks, and restricted beach access.
DUI checkpoints, $100 parking, and strong police enforcement for drug possession and violence.
Whatever it takes, because it's time to move on.
Maybe we can talk when you're done with your spring break phase, but until then.
See, just like Eric said, I have to look up what is so off the rip, without spring break, with the crime rate of 95 per 1,000 residents, that means out of 1,000 residents, 95 of y'all will have crimes committed against you. Or you will be part of the 95 committing crimes. 95 per 1,000. Miami Beach has one of the highest crime rates in America compared to all communities of its size. From the smallest towns to the very largest cities, one chance of becoming a victim of either violent or property crime here is 1 in 10. So you have a 10% chance of getting your ass mugged, R-word, whooped on, your car stolen without spring break being there. They need to be doing this year round. They're making it seem like spring break is the time where the crime is the highest. No, they're telling us 1 in 10 in Miami Beach, they own your ass nonstop. Now, what's going to hurt them is they're going to take away all of this money from tourism, and they're going to say this is one of the lowest years we ever had, and they're going to have to open it up because $100 parking, first of all, ain't no one paying $100 parking. You're going to take an Uber down there. Half them kids that was out there was walking over there anyway. Well, not walking, but they were taking like Ubers unless they had like a dunk or something. But other than that, man, Miami Beach was already no disrespect, Miami Beach was already a piece of shit. Here we go, October 8th, 2023. I didn't think we was going to be looking up these crime rates, but let's see. Miami Beach, among the most dangerous Florida cities, west in the safest, FBI data shows. Look at this. This ain't got nothing to do with spring break.
Living in South Florida, you may think you live in a safe neighborhood, but do you? Personal injury attorneys at injuredinflorida.com analyzed official figures from the FBI to determine which of Florida's 65 most populous cities are statistically the most dangerous to live in. Coming in as the most dangerous city in Florida, Daytona Beach had an average of over 1,200 violent crimes committed per 100,000 people every year. And even though Daytona Beach had the lowest population among the 10 most dangerous cities, it averaged the highest number of violent crimes and aggravated assaults per 100,000 people out of any other city in the Sunshine State. Homestead came in second place with more than a every year. It's about the highest rate of robberies in was Miami Beach. The third most dangerous city was Miami Beach, with just shy of 1,000 crimes committed per 100,000.
So per 100,000, like I said, that 1 in 10
people every year. The city also had the second highest number of robberies, with an average of 352.5. On the other side of the spectrum.
Well, there you go. That's how dangerous Miami Beach is. Now, let me say something. Get out of here. So they made this goofy commercial that
Miami Beach police made 573 arrests and impounded more than 100. From the skies above Miami Beach, this might look like the start of the same old spring break. Why Miami Beach?
It's the best place to go for spring break.
But one thing's already clear. Those flocking to South Beach for some fun in the sun are aware that the rules are going to be very different this year.
If you plan on coming to Miami Beach for spring break, don't do it. All of the streets are locked down here. Do not come down here.
The city's high-profile campaign to break up with spring break.
This isn't working.
And they ain't had one black person on this damn Miami spring break ad. They said, listen, we're going to have everyone that don't look like y'all on the commercial
Anymore.
And it's not us, it's you.
Includes videos like this.
You can expect things like curfews, bag checks, and restricted beach access.
DUI checkpoints, $100 parking.
All of it coming after violence and bad behavior marred the last few years. Police trying to monitor seas of out-of-control partiers on Ocean Drive. And gunshots that have prompted stampedes and claimed lives. During spring break last year alone, Miami Beach police made 573 arrests and impounded more than 100 firearms. 2 fatal shootings, including one on Ocean Drive, led to a curfew and a state of emergency.
Somebody gets shot right in the middle of the street. I think that's, that's the height of the insanity that's going on out here.
Justin Sternad lives blocks away from the epicenter of activity, which is also close to his job. What is it like living near this?
It's garbage. I mean, it's not ideal. I mean, who the hell wants to live next to all that, stuff that's going on?
Other neighbors, like John Savelli, have more hope the crackdown will make the beach safer this year.
Have you noticed the increased presence of police officers?
Yes. And towing, increased police, towing. They block these streets off right here.
As for the revelers, like this group of students from Virginia who heard about the city's recent spring break history. Did you see the stampedes, though?
I did. It's scary. It really is.
You know, the crazy thing about all of this, and we're going to look at it right after it, is now they want to make a big deal about it. But if you remember back just 3 years ago, in the middle of the pandemic, Miami Beach said, the hell with it. We opening up. So they're not really concerned about safety. They just don't want Negroes down here in this area.
But have felt comforted by what they've seen this spring break.
The lines to get into places at night have been a lot shorter, but there's been a lot more security.
And for businesses in the thick of the entertainment district, like Mango's nightclub, owner David Wallach acknowledges any sort of nightclub. Owner David Wallach entertainment district.
Yeah, look who this is working in this leopard print over here, though. Let me get a double Hennessy on the rock.
Like Mango's nightclub, owner David Wallach acknowledges any sort of shutdown would certainly hurt business, likely to the tune of hundreds of thousands of dollars, but that's hardly at the top of his priority list.
What is the monetary effect for businesses like yours?
Even given that there are stampedes, if there are stampedes and a volatile situation that I've seen many times before out in the street, I'm going to close Mango's for the safety of my customers and my staff. Monetary is last place.
Wallach isn't convinced yet that these new safety protocols will make a difference.
We'll see. It's really a wait and see.
Miami Beach's police chief, Wayne Jones, telling us every member of the department is working extended hours for spring break. And they're using new drone technology from Skydio to track incidents and those in distress. He says the city's safety plan is comprehensive and the message crystal clear.
You come here, you have a good time, you behave, we will invite you back. If you come here, you break the law, we're likely going to arrest you.
Sam Brock joins us tonight from Miami Beach.
They doing all this to protect the beach. They about to lose so much money. But remember, they didn't care about none of this during the pandemic. The reason they opened up during the pandemic is because everyone was complaining about losing money. After this first week of them losing $100,000 a day, well, they actually gonna probably be losing about $1 million a day. That's my rough estimate. They're gonna be losing about maybe $1 million a day, if that, somewhere along the lines of $500 to $1 million a day, a revenue that they could be generating.
So, Sam, you spoke with a lot of residents there. When do they say this version of out of control spring break gets started?
Yeah, this version is key, right? Like spring break obviously has been going on, Tom, for a long time here, really since COVID. That's when they said this all cropped up. You got a time period where a lot of states and major cities were largely closed, except for the beautiful state of Florida and Miami. And you had stimulus checks going out to people all over the country. They took that money, they came down here, and people felt unfair. They were getting outside for the first time, really getting up all that pent up aggression out. And you saw it on the streets, all these videos going viral. The rest of the world saw this. And from that point onward, for the last 3 or 4 years, it's been utter madness from start to finish of spring break.
And then Governor DeSantis is coming to Miami Beach tomorrow. What can we expect from that visit?
So about a month ago, Governor DeSantis was in Miami, Tom. What he said was he was prepared to supply the area with state police officers if necessary. And recently, I just spoke with the new mayor of Miami Beach. What he told me was that they're expecting more state police and highway patrol than the history of spring break. So there's going to be a lot of state presence. But in terms of what else he might offer from the state perspective, not clear what he could do that's not already being done here on a local level. DeSantis did say, we're not going to have these streets taken over again. We're not going to diminish the quality of life for the people who live in Miami Beach, but his exact measures or add-ons, we'll find out in less than.
See, that's exactly what we were just talking about. How Miami lifted the C-19 restrictions. See, it all started back when they wanted to go against the rules. So that's one thing, whenever you hear DeSantis talk, you always got to take what he says and look at it like, nigga, shut up. So if he would have just kept these things closed, it would have never got this outrageous. But since he wanted to open it up and be cooler than everybody and tell everybody that the C-19 thing is man, we ain't trying to turn ads off, bro. Yeah, you got to blame it on the stimulus checks. They took that $1,200 and went down there and flipped it. See, they wanted to get ahead of everybody and start opening up, and now they got to deal with the consequences. Well, let me try to find some numbers on when is this article? March 4th. Just the breaking up. All right, the city of Miami Beach sent out a strong message to spring breakers this month. The Florida city released an ad campaign on Friday. The social media campaign comes a year after Miami Beach declared a state of emergency following 2 fatal shootings during spring break. It was the 3rd year in a row Miami Beach had been attacked in emergency measures to control disorderly crowds. The video breaks up, blah, 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 blah. Miami Beach officials said the city would implement curfews, bag checks, restricted bag access, DUI checkpoints, expensive parking fees. It also said it would increase law enforcement. So right now, I'm not telling anybody to commit any crimes, but the week of spring break, those 2 weeks, if you were in Florida, specifically Miami, go ahead and commit as many crimes as you want outside of Miami Beach. They're going to have all the police presence down there. The rest of the city about to be wide open. So that means all the locals that are committing those crimes, the 1 in 10, that 1 in 10, yeah, it's about to be, let's say 3 in 10. It's about to be a shit show down here because they still going to go down there. Let me tell you something. A majority of those kids you've seen in this that are going down there for spring break, they don't give a fuck about these rules. 9 out of 10 of them ain't even 21. So it ain't like they can go in there and drink. They still about to be out here. They still about to be acting a fool. These kids are still about to be having them guns on them. It's still going to be a shit show down there. There's nothing you can do. And if you block off Miami Beach, that ain't going to do nothing but disperse the kids somewhere else. They'll go down there during the day. Y'all got curfews. Well, they about to go tear up the good shit. They about to go tear up the good shit now. So this is just a dumb move because they're still going to go down there because it's the only warm place that they can get to for a couple $100. I've only been to Miami twice in my life, and it ain't something I'm looking at like, yeah, I got to go to Miami.
Spring break in Miami Beach. Often descending into total bedlam. From smashing cars.
Oh my God.
To gunfire. Prompting life-threatening stampedes. On Ocean Drive, Mango's nightclub owner David Wallach has seen it firsthand.
Last year,
Miami Beach's newly minted police.
I believe our city has a moral obligation to protect every person.
Article, we've already seen this. Yeah, they ain't really talking about nothing in there, but right now, Miami Beach is, you know what I'm saying? And they only do articles at one place down there. This is the only building at Miami. Well, this old girl with the leopard print. Let me see. Miami Beach is breaking up with spring break, or at least trying to. This is over on the Associated Press. After 3 consecutive years of spring break violence, Miami officials implementing month-long security measures. The city was warning visitors about curfews. DeSantis announced Tuesday that 45 state law enforcement officers are being deployed to the city to bolster the police. But business owners in the city's world-famous South Beach neighborhood are now concerned that they'll lose money during one of the busiest times of the year. And civil rights advocates say that restrictions are an overreaction to large black crowds. Now, that's what we were just talking about, because when the pandemic happened and they opened up, they didn't have no issues until a lot of black folks started coming down there. Now, I don't know what they'll be able to do. I mean, you really can't. It is a public beach. Like, you can't really, I mean, you can, but you can't really like block the whole beach off, especially not the taxpayers. Now, I know they said in the article I was reading earlier today, if you live down there and you have your ID or your job ID, you will get the regular parking rates. But $100 to park, they ain't gonna do nothing but, man, all the money is about to leave here. And they ain't gonna do nothing but pick somewhere else to go. And in a year or two, we're gonna be looking at Miami, and Miami's gonna be saying, hey, we have more relaxed laws when it comes to spring break. Y'all come back down to Miami, and no one's gonna want to come down there. I mean, it's still gonna be Miami, but it ain't gonna be the Miami of old. Because after a year or two, people gonna like, man, Miami whack, bro. You can't even do nothing down there. You know how it is. Many city restrictions aren't new, but in the past, they weren't instituted as emergency measures during an unofficial holiday, not measures put in place ahead of time. All right, here we go. Let's see. The status quo of what we've seen in the last few years is not acceptable, not tolerable, Miami mayor said. Maynard said crowds have become unmanageable despite a robust police presence, he said, in the city, which is situated on a barrier island across from the bay from Miami, can only hold so many people. The capacity has often exceeded what's safe for both visitors and residents during the break. DeSantis said that Miami Beach had a news conference that Florida is going to crack down on anyone who violates spring break laws. Okay. Most spring break activity centers on a 10 block stretch on Ocean Drive. So all they ain't going to do is just move a little bit further down, bring their own liquor. You know what I'm saying? They're still, if they're just blocking, they don't have enough people to block off the whole beach. All they're going to do is just go further down, bring your own drinks, and man, have a good time. Wallach and others have proposed a large music festival during the third week of spring break when aimless and unruly crowds tend to reach their climax. Pause on that. With the hope that attendees will disperse the loitering mobs. Okay, man, they ain't looting like that. Minner said that the city spent millions of dollars on concerts and other events in the past with little effect in mitigating the violence. See, it's just Miami, bro. It doesn't matter. Y'all pay for events down there and it's still going to be crime. Miami is the third dangerous, well, Miami Beach is the third dangerous place in Florida. So why are they trying to blame it on the spring breakers? That's just 2 weeks you got to worry about niggas acting a fool. He said, businesses suffer from violent mobs gathering along Ocean Drive, force them to close, adding that the people who are primarily causing the problems are spending money in the city anyway. Well, if they're down there, they're spending money, whether they drove an Uber down there, whether they paid for parking down there. All of this money is going back into the economy. Whether they getting a water bottle from somewhere, they getting drinks from somewhere. All of the money is going to the economy. He said they're not staying in hotels. They're not visiting our business. Now, they're probably not staying on Miami Beach, but they're staying within Miami. Some civil rights advocates, however, believe the restrictions may be racially motivated. Let's see. Civil rights activists on Miami Beach. No, not 1960. What up, Tamika? What up? Let's see what Yahoo got to say about this. You know, don't nobody use Yahoo, but they'll give us some information. Black leaders say race plays a role in Miami Beach's new spring break rules. Breaking up with Miami, nearly 500 young adults were taken into police custody, and a large amount of guns were confiscated in 2023. Well, you should have stricter gun policies down there in Florida. Remember, it's stand your ground state. The right to bear arms. That's on y'all. Don't tell us. We don't want to hear how many guns were confiscated in 2023 when Florida, you advocate having a gun. So I don't want to hear none of that. We don't even put that in articles. We don't care how many guns y'all collected down there. Now, me personally, I say get you a gun to protect yourself. But I don't want to hear a state that welcomes guns talking about how many guns they confiscated. We don't give a shit. There's guns everywhere in Florida. In addition, here we go. In addition, civil rights activists are side-eyeing the decisions to impose emergency procedures ahead of any harmful or law-breaking outbreaks since Black tourism has evolved in the last couple of decades, especially during Memorial Day weekend due to Urban Beach Week that began in 2001, which has received some complaints. Yeah, man, we like Black Beach Week, Urban Beach Week down here. Have received some complaints throughout the years. Everybody loves this idea that they are free from their government intruding on them. Stephen Hunter Johnson, damn, who the hell is this? A lawyer and a member of the Miami-Dade Black Affairs Advisory Board told Griot. But amazingly, the government intrudes on Black people. Everyone's fine with it. Okay. The mayor denies that the claims that race played an integral role in the decision to change how they navigate spring break. Yeah, okay. I have a moral obligation to keep the people safe. And as of right now, it's not safe, he said. The mayor went on to say that the action of non-residents have gone overboard. What up, Kadeem? They said the actions have gone overboard. Well, we just found out 1 in 10 niggas is committing crime in Miami Beach. That sounds like residents. If you got 2 families of 5, one of them people are committing crimes. Could be the mama, could be the dad. More than likely, it's one of the sons. But that's what Miami Beach. I don't make these numbers up. So it does seem like the residents are committing more crimes than what they're doing in that. They said 500 people were arrested last year. Nearly 500 arrested in 2 weeks. What's 500 divided by? 500 divided by 14. Oh, that's only 35 people a day. That's it. That's only 35 people a day. 35 people a day for 2 weeks. That is not bad for a spring break. Well, that's pretty much it there. Over on Florida, Phoenix, and then we'll get off of this. Knock this thing on out. DeSantis boosts police presence to keep spring break peaceful. Drones will patrol the skies. Surveillance cameras, barricades, DUI checkpoints are also planned to prevent potential trouble breaking out among spring break crowds, Governor DeSantis said on Tuesday. The state will deploy 140 officers to assist 17 local law agencies, including 60 in the South Florida, and similar number deployed in the sites like Daytona Beach and Panama City. So this is what they're doing. They're deploying the police around like it's the damn National Guard. This is all stupid. Now, what I want to see, because I mean, this is pretty much it. It's over with, y'all. Let me just make this clear. To all my niggas, it's over with. Y'all ain't gonna be able to kick it down there, man. Y'all ruined it. It's over with. But it's not all y'all, but it's a lot of y'all. But it's over with. In a couple of years, they'll be begging y'all to come back down there. In a couple of years, they'll be begging y'all to come back down there. But what I want to see in these 3 weeks of spring break, come April, I want to see how much corruption and fraud was put on doing overtime by these police officers. Because if you know, some of these police officers are about to be making out of here in 2 weeks, $7,000 checks, $10,000 checks. I want to see how much fraud is going to be put into these officers' checks. And I'm talking about overtime fraud. It's about to be wild as hell in Florida. Everybody's getting a piece of that pie. So not only are they eliminating the crime, they're just putting more crime behind the shield. I don't know. We're going to see. I don't know. But Miami is not a place to the Moeds. That's not a place for us to kick it. Let me tell you, that is not a place for us, man. I went there one time. I met this girl from she was Haitian though. Beautiful. Sheesh. But that's about it. That was like the only good thing. Met this Haitian woman down there, but that was about it in Miami. You know, I really didn't feel comfortable walking on Ocean Drive. I kept checking my pockets. I was like, man, if these niggas try to rob me, boy. And that was 2019. I've never went back, and I don't plan on going back. Y'all be safe if y'all go down there. Y'all be safe if y'all go down there. All right, man. Let me get out of here. All right, we got some body cam footage. Hit that like button. I know we ain't got many people here. I'm gonna try to get these going earlier, so we'll start having an actual schedule. And I just basically just built this, and we went live like 10 minutes after I put it up. But all right, so Miami is about to lose a lot of money. There's about to be a lot of fraud. Let me see something real quick. Speaking of the devil, huh?
And thank you for joining us tonight. 5 Miami-Dade police officers have been relieved of duty.
And those officers under investigation accused of abusing the overtime system.
NBC6 reporter Marissa Bag is live from Doral tonight.
That's what I want to hear in April. Who is defrauding this overtime?
With more on those allegations. Marissa.
Juan, in short, these officers are accused of theft, getting paid for work that they did not do. So right now, it's an internal affairs investigation. That means within the Miami-Dade Police Department. But depending on the outcome, it could elevate to a criminal matter. 5 Miami-Dade police officers forced off duty, accused of abusing overtime. MDPD confirms the officers are suspended with pay pending the outcome of an internal affairs investigation. Law enforcement sources tell NBC6 the officers work with a federal task force and that they're under investigation for putting in for overtime they never worked.
The truth is, it's a huge betrayal of the taxpayers' trust. Abusing overtime means putting in for payment for work that you did not do, and that truly involves falsification of legal documentation.
According to the South Florida Police Benevolent Association, the suspended officers include 4 Miami-Dade homicide detectives and a sergeant in a North Side task force. Given the recent turmoil involving Director Freddie Ramirez, D'Angelo says this is the last thing the department needs.
Just horrible environment right now. The focus should be on Director Ramirez's recovery and getting back to health to the best of his ability and dealing with whatever issues stemmed from that incident. Unfortunately, the county certainly doesn't need something like this going on at the same time.
And the department says right now it will not identify the 5 officers involved because they did undercover work, so that could possibly compromise their safety. And right now there's no telling how long this investigation could take.
There's no telling. Nah, Kendall, I can see all the chats on here through my through StreamYard. I can see everything. I ain't leaving nobody out. I was just doing a little bit of investigating because I figured that there had to be some kind of fraud down here in Miami. Let me see. This article says, oh, well, this is 2013. This is too old. We can't go back that far. But this said they stole 58,000 down here in overtime hours. Let me see. 93 Miami. In Miami. Metro Dade. So Miami has a history. I-team police overtime amounts to millions. Back in 2009, they said they spent over $72 million in 2 years. No, per year for 2 years. Oh, wow. Yeah, Miami, we're going to have to watch y'all. What is that? $144 million tax-paying dollars on overtime in 2 years. This is 2009, though. So 2007, 2008, but payrolls in 2007 show Detective Garofalo took home a lot more than that in pay. So this Garofalo guy, his gross pay was $204,000, and it included $101,000 in overtime in 2007. Damn. That's some crazy stuff, man. Like, you'll never know any of this. But just last year, we had 5 people removed. FBI arrest Miami police officer. What is this? Damn, okay. Look at Miami. Continue. Miami arrest FBI. My bad. We done went down the rabbit hole, y'all. Come on, man. Give me this article somewhere else. That's CBS. Here we go. Eric said somebody snitched. All right. So FBI arrests Miami police officer accused of stealing cash and drugs during traffic stops. Now, how much did he steal, though?
Traffic stops to the FBI arrested 40-year-old officer Frenel Snat for allegedly using traffic stops to steal money and drugs from people that he thought were suspects, but they were undercover agents eventually getting him. According to the arrest report, the FBI first had suspicion after confidential source shared a tip that as to what he was doing. He was later recorded conducting traffic stops, allegedly with the intention to steal money or drugs involved in the illegal transactions. The affidavit reveals that the Miami cop was allegedly off duty when committing these schemes. The FBI conducted 2 undercover jobs against him earlier this month, where he was later arrested and then booked into the Broward County Jail. The affidavit also says that he has been a Miami police officer since 2008.
Okay, mister. We don't want the fire. Let me see how much money they actually steal, because she didn't give us a good explanation of what really went down. We need to know numbers. Frenel Snat, 40, was arrested Thursday on charges including attempted Hobbs Act extortion. I don't know what the hell is a Hobbs Act? Hobbs Act extortion. Hobbs Act violation requires the government to prove 2 essential elements. First, that the defendant committed an act of robbery or extortion or attempted or conspired to do so. Second, the unlawful act of the defendant obstructed, delayed, or in some way adversely affected interstate commerce. So he got that. Okay. Theft of government funds and attempted possession with the intent to distribute cocaine, jail, and court records show. Okay. So this is in 2020. Damn, wait, whoa. According to the arrest affidavit, Snat was a police officer from September 2008 to 2020, had worked for the Property and Evidence Unit. The FBI began their investigation into him after a confidential source, shout out to Eric, told them that Snat had previously conducted traffic stops of people known to have just engaged in drug transactions to steal money or drugs that they were transporting, the affidavit said. Snat would use his official police vehicle to conduct traffic stops and would be in police uniform, the affidavit said. Snat was recorded on video and audio. No, Lord, nigga, stay off the rover. Coordinating schemes and conducting traffic stops of 2 individuals who he was told just engaged in drug transactions with the intention of stealing money and or drugs involved in these illegal transactions, the affidavit said. There was a lot of affidavits. The affidavit said, this. Snat did this, and the affidavit said this. Snat explained that he would pull the schemes while he was off duty and outside of his jurisdiction. On duty, they, the Miami Police Department, got computers on. So this is what he said. On duty, they, the Miami Police Department, got computers on and they can track you and shit like that. You know what I mean? Ping your phone. What you are doing in this area, he said, according to the affidavit. You don't want to do that ish, bro, while you're on duty. If you work down there, I will never F it with you down there, bro. Snat discussed several prior incidents involving drug transaction where he coerced people to give him their drugs, money, or both to avoid going to jail, the affidavit said. Damn, this affidavit said a lot on this nigga. This affidavit got everything on him. In October, Snat discussed stopping a person after a drug transaction to steal around $50,000 from him, saying, I just need bread now, the affidavit said. I need to put that on shirt. The affidavit said. The affidavit said. That's gonna. The affidavit said. Hey, don't y'all be stealing my shit, man. That's going on the Mo, you know. The affidavit said. The affidavit said. All right, let's go ahead and continue on. On November 3rd, 2 undercover FBI agents posed as people involved in the transaction of 3 keys. Oh, Lord. 3 keys of cocaine for $52,000 in the Miami Gardens after Snat arranged to steal from one of them, the affidavit said. As one left, Sanat followed and stopped them, identified himself as Officer of Martiz with Miami Police Department Dade County Narcotics Unit, and told them he witnessed the drug transaction, the affidavit said. Sanat gave the undercover agent the choice of giving him a backpack containing the cash or going to jail. The agent gave him the bag, the affidavit said. After the incident, the informant and Sanat discussed another theft schedule. This nigga was scheduling out events. So November 3rd, he goes. In October, he stole $50,000. Let's just say October 15th. November 3rd, he goes and steals $52,000 from undercover FBI agents. 14 days later, on November 6th, no, where's it at? That's November 3rd. They gave him the cash. Wait a minute. October is $50,000. 2 weeks later, November 3rd, $52,000. He gave them an opportunity to give up the cash or go to jail. They gave up the bag, the affidavit said. After this incident, Sanat discussed another scheduled robbery for November 16th. So 13 days after he just got this $52,000 in the cocaine, he's like, let's go do another one. He said, we're going to stop someone else who will have 6 or 7 kilos of cocaine, and that would be at least $30,000 in cash. So within a month, we just said October 15th, he got 50,000. November 3rd, 52,000. November 16th, he was about to get another 30. What is this? $132,000 in 2 weeks, in a month? This dude is wilding out. Plus, on top of that, he got 3 bricks with another 6 bricks. So he got about 10, let's just say 10 bricks and $132,000 in cash. Oh my God. Let's continue on. After that incident, the informant in Sanat discussed another theft schedule for November 16th, in which someone would be stopped with 6 or 7 kilos of the cocaine and at least $30,000 in cash in Deerfield Beach, the affidavit said. Sanat said he would give the cocaine to the informant and his buddy to sell, and they would split the money, the affidavit said. On November 16th, the FBI performed an undercover fake drug transaction, after which Sanat followed one of the undercover agents and pulled them over, the affidavit said. Sanat again introduced himself as Officer Martiz with the Broward County Sheriff's Office Narcotics Unit. He took a duffel bag containing 7 bricks of DEA prop drugs and $80,000 in cash. So instead of getting $30,000, they put another $50,000 on top of it. So we thought it was $132,000 in cash. He had $182,000 in cash with 3 real bricks and 7 fake bricks. This dude is wild. He almost got $200,000 in a month. Sanat asked the undercover agent, you want to go home tonight or spend 30 years in federal prison? The affidavit said. He also asked for their phone number and said, oh my God. He also asked for the phone number and said, you work for me now. And when I call, you better answer. I'm not always there when you call, but I'm always. And yeah, they're going to be there. Next time they show up, they're going to show up with handcuffs. You work for me now. And when I call, you better answer, the affidavit said. If I call you and you don't answer, I'm coming for you. Hey, yo, pause, nigga. Sanat later met with the informant in Coral Springs to split the money and drugs. And that's where he was arrested by the FBI, the affidavit said. Dog, this dude was wilding out, man. There ain't no coming back from this. How do we even get on? Oh, we were talking about stealing overtime. And then we found out that this dude was doing this silly shit back in 2020. Damn. All right, man. Let me get off of here, bro. We were just trying to look for people that were stealing them overtime fraud. That's all we was looking for was overtime fraud. And somehow we ended up on this Sanat. Fernell's Sanat was busted. Oh, I wonder if he's doing all right. We need to try to get an interview with him. All right. We're done with this. I got some body cam footage. We'll run through that real quick. And then we got to get ready for Shogun episode 3. Let's see. 50. Then that dude was wild, man. The affidavit said he did everything.
I'm tired of paying. Tired of paying taxes.
Tired of paying taxes. At least you're honest with me.
I'm not getting in the car.
You're not?
I'm shutting it off.
Here,
I'm getting my phone.
I want
and
you to
I'm
stay over here. Put your hands behind your back.
Stupid mother.
Okay, we're done with this.
It's a steamy August day in Stanton County, Nebraska, when a routine traffic stop proves the heat left one woman with no chill.
Hello, Deputy Dias, St. County Sheriff's Office. The reason I pulled you over is it looks like your plates are pretty expired. Are they expired, or you just forget to put the sticker on? Okay, what's going on with that?
I'm tired of paying taxes.
Tired of paying taxes? At least
I
you're
like
honest
it, Eric.
with me.
Shogun is cool.
Okay. So what made you just decide that you were going to stop that day? Because this is what, 2 years?
A year ago.
Okay.
It was due a year ago.
Yeah, and then it would be due again this last July. So it's, yeah, I gotcha. What made you decide you were paying taxes?
Because it's a 2016, it's got over 100,000 miles on it, and it's like almost $400 to get taxes on it.
Oh,
Get the plates on it.
that's crazy. They really rob you, but
Yeah, plus it's money that's already been income taxed, you know?
I'm right there with you. But you know, everyone else got to do it. So do you. Pay the ticket. Okay.
But it wouldn't be quite that easy. After searching for her insurance, the deputy asked the woman to come to his patrol car to sort out the situation.
I'll tell you what, it's hot. I'm going to do this in my car. Can you step out and come to my car, and we're going to get this?
Never, if you were not under arrest, you not being detained, nah, I'm good, officer. I'll stay here. You can go to your car and figure it out. I'll stay right here. I'll stay right here in my vehicle.
Ticket typed out. You get to go in my car. There's also another insurance down here. No, that's 2021. That's not good.
Inside the deputy's patrol car, things start to really heat up.
There's really nothing I can do. Okay, no, I don't want you getting back in that car, okay? You're not able to get back in that car.
I'm not getting in the car.
You're not?
I'm shutting it off.
Here,
I'm getting my
I
phone.
want
and
you to
I'm
stay
walking.
over here. I want you to stay over here.
Don't touch me.
I need you to stay over here.
It was at this moment our insurance instigator knew she messed up.
I am. God damn it! Oh, you mother! You broke my.
312 Norfolk. Can I get another unit?
My car is running.
Down on the ground.
It's 100.
Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back.
Why are you messing with this innocent woman? She's just trying to get home.
Before you get in more trouble.
I only wanted to do is shut my car off.
I can do that for you. But
You
you're
don't
not
need
listening
to.
me. I'm not letting you get
I
back in
wanted
that
to get
car.
my phone and shut my car off, and you treat me like I'm a drug addict.
I'm not treating you like anything.
What do you call it?
I've been very respectful towards you. Now
You
put your
liar.
hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back.
Then let go of me. God.
All right. Taser, taser, taser.
Dollar General.
Well, put my hands. I can't.
Get on
you
the ground.
You got a hold of my hand.
Put your hands behind your back, like this.
Okay.
Let's do it. You're
God
not
damn
getting
it.
up. Get down on the ground.
I'm not getting up and put my hands behind my back.
Put your hands behind your back.
Stupid mother.
Okay, we're done with this.
We're done with this.
Put you.
She's standing on business though. Top rebel.
Give me
She's
your
going
hands.
for that number one spot.
You're just making this worse for yourself.
No, you're the one making it worse. You wouldn't let me put my hands behind my back.
Put them behind your back. You got an option right now. We're gonna have a lot more guys here, and they're not as nice as I am.
The woman giving deputies trouble here was later identified as 57-year-old Deanne Carpenter.
Okay, 57 years old, location Nebraska. They should have put her height and weight on here so we can get a measurement of how tough this guy is. But she ain't do nothing, y'all. All she had was some expired license plates and insurance. It didn't even take all this. Just a little warning. Go on about your day, man.
Which she's eventually placed into a patrol car, and that's where the trouble continues.
Okay, right over here. You're good.
Don't
Backwards.
stop. I know you just said it to get me in the car. I can get in on my own.
Okay, go ahead.
You guys act like I'm going to run away. I can't even run.
Okay.
Sit in the car where it's cooler.
Where is cooler?
God.
It's not easy to get in there.
I know it's not. So throw me in.
We don't want to do that.
You already threw me on the ground.
You didn't really give me a choice.
Oh,
Didn't stop when I told you.
You could have let me get my
Okay,
keys
watch your
to my
feet.
phone.
Watch your feet. Get your hair going good.
Okay.
Why don't you get your hair going if you don't have
Oh yeah, it's going pretty good.
They turned the AC on.
With
for her.
Deanne secure in the back seat, officers realize they're familiar with our registration rebel.
I literally just stopped her for expired registration. Not the end of the world.
Man, her shit been expired for years.
I go up to the car and she says, yeah, I'm not paying it. Just give me a ticket. I'll pay the ticket. I don't pay it. I don't believe in taxes. Whatever. So I'm thinking sovereign citizen, going to take off. So I get her out of the car, have her sit in my car. She does that willingly. No problems. Then she chooses to get out when I tell her I'm not going to let her drive her car down if she's not going to fix the registration. She gets out and starts walking towards the front of her car. I get in front of her. Yeah. Sorry, I'm hot.
Right, I can shut you down. Just wanted to Michael.
Oh, there he is. So anyway, she's walking towards the car. I stop her. I say, hey, you don't have to sit in my car, but you can't go back to your car. And she just tries to push past me. And that's when I say, okay, you're going down.
You're
I
going
took her down
down.
to the ground pretty gently. I wasn't. She's an old lady. I didn't want to hurt her. And
Nobody wants to hurt anybody. She's a teen, which.
yeah, she told me that.
No offense, she has a track record of not caring for law enforcement or whatever.
But I was just going to give her a ticket, but now it's so true.
And let's cite her for probably obstructing
And registration.
Get her way out of here. Just take her back to her dad's and drop her off there. But
The traffic stop doesn't end here. Deputies actually offer to drop the woman off somewhere out of the extreme heat.
Are you wanting to go to your dad's house?
No. You think I want my dad to see me in handcuffs?
She has a history of this. So they're just treating her like the local drunk. Now they are in Nebraska. If you look like me, don't try this. Because you won't be able to get out of this. Now, me, I could probably finagle my way out of this. But don't try this, y'all.
Well, where would you like to go?
Anywhere.
Okay, it's a PR bond, right? Okay.
Well,
I should it's a misdemeanor. I'll have to take her to the sheriff's office. But like I said, I'm just going to take my time.
Bond her from the sheriff's office. Let her go from there.
Yeah, I'll take my time with it, though.
Walk from there.
I don't know if I want her out in the heat.
With an unclear destination for Deanne, our deputy heads for the sheriff's office, but not without another argument unfolding.
Oh, thank you. I'm hot. I need a drink.
I done went to my dad's house, man. I don't give a fuck. Take me out these handcuffs. Let me go.
What'd you say?
Her dad got to be like 80.
You didn't tell me anything. And if you would have asked, I would have done that for you. Did I tell you to get out of here? And you weren't allowed to. You don't run this. I run a traffic stop and it's for my safety. Now, how do I know you're not getting in your car telling me that you're just going to shut it off, but you get in and you take off because you know your car is getting taken away? Hey, it's happened to me. It's happened to me. That's why I can't allow it to happen. when I say you need to be out of this vehicle, you're not allowed in it. What? I don't know you. I don't know you at all. I don't know anyone that I stop. I have to assume the worst, but I treated you like the best. I did. I let you sit in the front seat. No, you did that yourself. I don't think I once yelled at you. I spoke to you very respectfully.
See, I could be a police officer. I wouldn't be talking to her. I've been taking her ass to the police station.
If your hands were not back behind your back, you did not do it. Well, even when I let go of your hands, you still didn't put your hands behind your back. You tried to get yourself up, which is not an option. No.
Well, in all fairness, all she was doing was going to turn off the vehicle, and he did slam her down to the ground a little rough. You know what I mean? All she was doing was going to turn the car off. Y'all know the price of gas? Well, you know, they will lead you to believe that the price of gas is still skyrocketing, but no, it's actually lower. I think like the national average is like $3.80 or something like that, down from $4.70 last year. So gas is going down. We headed in the right direction, but she was just trying to turn her car off, and this man slammed her to the ground unlawfully.
Nope. You were not complying the entire time, but hey, you can take me to court and argue it. I treated you with the utmost respect the entire time.
The nice deputy extends another offer to drop off the woman somewhere else instead of taking her to jail.
So I'm going to see if we can do something about not sending you to jail tonight. I don't want to have to do that to you. But is there somewhere you would like me to drop you off? Is there somewhere you would like me to drop you off? Is there somewhere I can take you? Otherwise, I don't need to. If you don't want me to, I won't, but I'm offering. Okay, we'll figure it out when we get to the sheriff's office.
Once they get to the sheriff's office, Deanne continues her complaints. Let's see how that works out for her.
Ready to go?
Come on, Deanne. Get out of this one. Come on, Deanne. Get out of this.
Nice and cold inside. Right up to that door.
1747.
Going in all the way down to the wall. We're going to go to that back room that's dark.
Y'all think she gonna get in some more of the business, or she done for the night, man?
And I will let you sit. Oh, where's the light switch over here?
Take these off.
Are you going to cause any problems?
Give it a cause any problem.
Well, I mean, if you're going to be decent with me, of course I can take them off.
It sounds like yes, you're gonna cause some problems.
I don't want to have to tackle you here. I really don't. I want to avoid that. There you go. Can I have you take a seat in this black chair here?
Can I have my phone?
Here in a minute.
No.
Right now, I got to finish up paperwork before we do anything.
Are you okay with the otherwise, though?
No.
Today? No.
All right, man. That's the end of this, man. She ain't acting a fool no
Give me
more.
my phone and my.
And he can.
You gave him a lot of tickets, Dan. You know,
Yeah, you guys give me PR bond after PR bond.
because we're forced to.
Yeah.
That's per the judge. That's not our decision. We can't set that. So if I took you to an ATM, would you pay your own bond?
Yeah.
You don't think you'd be able to?
Oh, I can if I want to.
Oh, you just don't want to.
That's a good answer. I can pay my bond, but I don't want
What's
to.
that got to do with it?
I would have done that.
Then she walks toward an ATM with a deputy by her side.
Yep, it's in my car. Are you okay with that, Peterson? Okay.
So I guess she is gonna go pay it.
Nothing in here that we need to be concerned about? I'll give you a cigarette.
All right, man. Another victim of the law, man. The system just ain't made for us. Deanne didn't do anything wrong. It's frowned upon to have expired license plates and insurance, but I don't think she did anything wrong that was deserving of being slammed on the ground. Maybe a taser or two to the back, but other than that, I don't think she did anything wrong, man. And they let her go to the ATM to pay her bond. I've never seen that happen before. They never let me go to the ATM. But hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We'll be back at 3 p.m. Eastern. I'll be a little, I don't know. We're going to try to find a more interesting body cam. But I just seen this old lady. I wanted to see what the hell she actually got into. We'll be back at 3 p.m. Eastern to do episode 3 of Shogun. We're going to break it down. Probably about an hour and a half, 2-hour recap. Start to finish. We put the recap episode 2 up. I'll see you guys in a little bit. I got to get up early tomorrow, though. It can't be BS. And I got that interview for show, though. You know what I mean? Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. I'm going to be out this thing, man.